we're back. We're going to talk about The Sims Online for the PC. This one's from Maxis and EA Games. You play as one Sim.
Although you can have 3.
Right, you can create 3, and you can play as 3 different Sims, but it's only one Sim that you can play at one time.
Now for me,
right,
The Sims Online is nothing more than a torture fest. I go online and try to annoy as many people. Don't you hate guys like me going online? I get in there, you know, and first of all, I got a big ape, pink female ape head, right?
Right.
And I put it on a very sexy woman's body,
right.
But I got a white wedding dress. And so I have Ape Baby, who is this big pink gorilla looking for love.
Basically what it is you have a circle of different sort of interactions that you can have, and you can create animations for yourself, or you can walk up to other people and interplay with them any way that you want. And Tommy kept going, hot kiss was nasty.
Most people denied me, but there were a few here and there where I got some.
Fortunately, most people don't play like Tommy. You can usually identify them because they're dressed either as apes, or they have giant skeleton heads, or big polar bears with Speedos. Oh. You can't really exist in this world and do well in this game unless you make friends. You need friends to become your roommates. You can actually get sim married if you want to, and you need people in your world so that you can get bigger houses, you can buy more cool stuff, you can bring in more things for trade and more things that will actually help you earn money. And you earn money in a bunch of different ways. You can build gnomes for people's gardens. You can deliver pizzas. You can draw paintings and sell those. But there's also lots of little fun things that you can do. You can go out dancing, or you can learn how to play instruments.
This is really a game of, you know, development. If you want to be a musician, or if you want to be a teacher or a scholar, you have to develop those certain either physical or mental learning skills.
And you get new animations. You're rewarded with new abilities and new sort of, you know, visual treats.
The more creative you are in this game, the better you'll end up turning out. For example, you get points for having different amounts of people come over to your house.
Right.
So if you can kind of create a really cool environment and have people kind of come over, and you get rewarded for that.
It's kind of a double-edged compliment, but this is the best and most advanced chat software you can buy. Using your little avatar, you can have them animate exactly what you want to say, so they basically become your little puppet for your emotions.
And you have a whole, you know, web connection of friends as well, and it tells you when those people are online.
I do wish that they'd added a little bit more stuff to the game. It doesn't take long before you've seen a lot of the environments, and a lot of the houses are filled with all the same kinds of stuff.
I think that's probably all coming. I mean, I would imagine that that's all being worked on. I know they have a pretty extensive message board system on the website.
It is a bit of an investment, though, because you have to pay the
time suck.
It's a time suck, but you also have to pay the monthly fees. There is no urgency to playing this thing. The time requirements that were a part of the original Sims have been taken out in this game, but I still had fun. 7.5 out of 10.
I'm giving it an 8. On the positive side, there's tons of things to collect and interact with. The Sims is the most popular selling game of all time, so there's tons of fans and tons of people online playing. It's a great way to meet new people, make new friends, or terrorize complete strangers.
On the negative side, you do wish there were more things to buy and do in the game right away. There's no sense of urgency like there was in the original Sims, because the element of time really isn't a factor here. Probably the most dangerous thing about this game is how much time it will take away from your life. All right, Tommy and I are continuing our search, our never-ending search for the perfect game audio system out there, and we're taking a look today at the Monster Game Surround Sound 5.1 system for the Xbox.
The sound, the actual audio itself that comes out, is really good.
Yes.
Okay, the problem is that there's no digital inputs, and for a 5.1 discrete 6-channel sound, you need the digital input.
By definition, if you've only got the red and the white wire, the RCA connectors, you're getting matrix. Yeah, you're getting matrix surround. It's basically like a 4.1. It's kind of like...
Well, it's not discrete. It's actually, it's like 2.
Yeah, it's like Dolby Pro Logic or Dolby Pro Logic 2.
For the Xbox, you actually need to buy a separate device to get a digital output.
Yeah.
So I'm sure their thinking was, well, you know, let's make this for the masses and let, you know, somebody who just has a stereo output be able to use this. That's fine, but you got to have the digital inputs also.
Especially when we're talking about something that costs $200. The other cool things that the speaker set comes with is some really nice speaker stands that you can mount the speakers on the walls, no problem. It's also got a little remote control.
Monster Cable, they do great product. They do awesome cables. Really surprised and let down that there's no digital input in a 5.1.
And truth be told, it would be worth the price if it had the digital input. Unfortunately, though, because it's not included, I cannot recommend this thing.
Nor I.
On the positive side, this is a very attractive system that's going to fit right alongside your Xbox. It has a nice set of speaker stands and a remote control to set up everything with. And the audio quality is good, and there's monster cabling connecting everything.
On the negative side, there is no digital input to get true 5.1 6-channel discrete sound. And the price for this unit at $200 is a little high.
Stick around. When we come back, we're going to be talking about War of the Monsters for the PlayStation 2. Great Treasures brought to you by EB Games. Hey, I'm at EB Games, and I'm thinking every once in a while we stumble upon a game that nobody's heard of, but it really is a lot of fun, and you really should go check it out. And I've got one right here. This one's Toki Tori, and it's for the Game Boy Color. You can play it on the Game Boy Advance, of course. There's about 60 levels in the game. And the first 5 to 10 levels are pretty simplistic. They're basically teaching you some of the different moves that you have in the game. You've got a bunch of different weapons that you can control, like the chicken actually has a bazooka, and you can freeze some of the dudes and turn them into ice cubes and stuff like that. And they get a little bit more nasty and aggressive as you go through the game. You've got cute little bad guys that chase the chicken around on the screen. You've got to scroll up and climb up ladders. Now the trick with this game is that you don't have unlimited supplies of ammunition, time, or in some cases you just can't move everywhere that you want to move to. What that means is you have to be very, very careful with every decision that you make as you progress through the game. And this game does have a bunch of levels that will definitely stump you. You're going to be sitting there scratching your head saying, how the heck do I get to the end of this thing? I had a blast playing Toki Tori. It's still one of the Game Boy Color games that I pack around with me. Check this one out. It's from Capcom for the Game Boy Color, called Toki Tori.